Welcome my dear students. Welcome back to online classes. I am your computer teacher Nirahankari from Appa Public School CBSE Kalburgi. Today I will be going to deal with the 7th chapter, that is Introduction to MS Word 2010. Okay, let us see how we will start a MS Word 2010. This is the taskbar. In this taskbar, this is the search button. Here what we have to do, we have to enter word. As soon as we'll enter word, here a pop-up menu, in that you will be able to see word application. Just click on that. This editor comes. This is called as the pop-up menu of a word. From here you have to go with the new blank document. Just click on this. As soon as you click on new document, this is the editor of MS Word. Okay. In this MS Word editor, the first bar is called as the title bar. This is called as the title bar. In this title bar, you can see this is the quick access toolbar. Here document 1 word is there. This is all about the file name. And in the right side of the editor, this side just you see here you will be having a Windows control button. In this Windows control button, there are totally 3 types of Windows control button. The first one is minimize, this will be maximize, and this will be close. Windows control button consists of 3 buttons. First one is minimize, maximize, and close button. This is all about in the title bar. A title bar consists of the quick access toolbar with the file name and then Windows control button. The next one will be the menu bar. A menu bar consists of file, edit, view, insert, format, styles, table, form, tools, windows, and then help. These are certain menus present in the menu bar. Apart from that, there is one more bar that is called as the standard toolbar. In that standard toolbar, you will be getting whatever the menu will be containing. Contents of those menus tabs will be present in the standard toolbar. Okay. The area which you are seeing in a square box, that is called as the document area, and there is a scale like structure in between the document area and the standard toolbar. Keep in your mind that a menu bar as well as a standard toolbar is called as a ribbon. Okay, what do you mean by ribbon? A ribbon is nothing but it consists of menu bar as well as standard toolbar. That area togetherly is called as a ribbon. Okay, these two bar, that is menu bar as well as standard toolbar, these togetherly are called as the ribbon. In between ribbon and the document area, you will be able to see a scale like structure that numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is called as the ruler. What is the main purpose of ruler? Here we can set the page according to the ruler, whether it may be in the normal size, A4 size, landscape, or the portrait. That depends upon the user. What do you mean by user? The person who is working on the system is called as a user. In normal English language, what you will be using? You will be making use of people. Okay. But in computer terminology, we will be making use of user. Okay. The person who is using the system is called as a user. Okay. What did I tell my dear students? The ruler or the scale like structure which is present in between the ribbon as well as the document area is called as the ruler. Okay. The next comes to the, just see in the right side. Here you can see bar. Which is that bar called as? This bar is called as the vertical scroll bar. Okay, there are totally 2 types of scroll bar. First one is vertical scroll bar and the horizontal scroll bar. What is the use of this? A vertical scroll bar is used to see the content from top to bottom. Okay, whereas the horizontal scroll bar is used to see the content which is present from, this is the horizontal scroll bar. Just notice here is one bar, just I am making changes. This is all about the horizontal scroll bar. What is the main use of that? The main function of vertical and the scroll bar is, vertical and the horizontal scroll bar is that vertical from top to bottom, whereas horizontal from left to right. Okay, here from left to a right, and this vertical scroll bar from top to the bottom. Okay, there is a major difference. How many types of scroll bar are there? There are two types of scroll bar. First one is vertical scroll bar and second one is horizontal scroll bar. If whenever we are making use of word editor, don't get confused if you are not able to see the horizontal and vertical scroll bar. This will be depending upon the screen resolution of the desktop computer systems. Okay, if you are making use of this zoom button from the, here it is present in the right bottom side of your word editor. Just to see here, just concentrate here where the mouse is moving. Here you will be having a zoom button. If I will press plus, it is called as a zoom out. Okay, if I am pressing minus sign, that is called as zoom in. Zoom out is nothing but taking the screen in the larger side is called as the zoom out, and then minus sign, zoom in is decreasing the size of the document area. Okay, this is all about the editor, what we are working on the MS Word. Okay, after this is all about the starting MS Word editor. After this, let's see what are the components of MS Word 2010. That are nothing but title bar, quick access toolbar, ribbon, file tab, document window, status bar, rulers and the scroll bars. This is all about the components of MS Word. Let us make one by one. Okay, let us make use of this in a document area. Okay, what I will do, just I will shift the editor into a 100%, that is zooming in. After that, what I will do, just I will make use of certain keys which are present on the keyboard. Okay, I will type hello, H-E-L-L-O, hello, H-E-L-L-O, hello, students, S-T-U-D-E-N-T-S, students. Hello students, welcome to Appa Public School online classes. Okay, this I have typed it by making use of keyboard. Hello students, welcome to Appa Public School online classes. Okay, after this what I will write? I will write some numbers. Okay, numbers like pin code I will be entering like 585103. I am making use of alphabets that may be in the form of uppercase letter as well as the lowercase letter. Just notice here, whenever I am writing hello, after this I have typed comma. Comma is a type of a special character. Okay, H is a uppercase letter, whereas E-double-L-O is a lowercase letter, that is small letters. So I am making use of that. Always keep in your mind, if I am making use of alphabets in uppercase and a lowercase letter, we have to use caps lock to make all the letters in the capital letter. Okay, here when you will compare this with the first starting letters, a computer system will always take in a uppercase letter. If I'll on caps lock from a keyboard, I will write hello. After this, students. Did you notice the difference between these two? Just look here. Hello students, welcome to Appa Public School online classes 585103. Okay, next, by making the caps lock button on, you can see hello and students in the capital letters. How is it possible? By owning the caps lock button on. How you will be making use of this? From the keyboard. Okay. If I want this font size bigger, what I will be doing? Just go here in the ribbon button, that is standard toolbar. Just go with the increasing number. I have made it 24. Before it was 11. Okay. This is all about the increasing and then decreasing of a font size. Again I will make minimum 8. Minimum is 8 and maximum is 72. Apart from 72, I can make it single letter alphabets also in a bigger letter. Just to see. Hello. Just look at the font size here. It is increasing. You have to practice it. Until and unless you will not practice it, you will not be getting the clear idea. Okay. Just look here. H E L L O. Is there any difference? Yeah, there is a difference. Like I am increasing the font size and the font size of the first whatever I have entered and the next which I have entered in the caps lock letter. That also I can make it in the increasing order. Okay. After that, the fourth line what I have entered? I have entered a number. This also I can change it. Just look here. 585103. I am increasing it. Okay. Just select it and then again increase it. This all is nothing but font size. Font size can be increased and font size can be decreased. Here what I will be doing, I will write a letter like chapter 7. Chapter 7. Which is your chapter name? What is your chapter name? That is Introduction to MS Word 2010. Here I need this sentence in the center of your document area. What I will be doing? Just go to the ribbon. Here you will be having a paragraph. In that paragraph column, you have to go to the alignment. There are totally 4 types of alignments. First one will be left, right, center and then justification. I need this chapter 7, whatever I entered in the document area in the center position. So what I will be doing? First I will be selecting the text which I have written in the document area and then after that I will just press with the center. Did you see the difference? Yeah, there is a difference. First it was left aligned and after that when I made the changes, it comes to the center of the document area. Okay. This is all about creating a new document. After this, I'll just go to the saving a document. Is it possible to save a document what we have entered? For this, what we have to do, you have to go to a file. There you have to enter save and then you have to go to a drive where you want to enter it. Just I'll select the new folder. In the desktop I will be creating it. Desktop. There right click, that is 3rd standard. After that what I will do? I will just change the name as file name lesson 7. Okay, I will just save it. Did you notice it whenever I am saving the file? What happened in the title bar? First it was document 1. As soon as I will go to file and then file tab and then save it, the name of the document has been changed to a file name lesson 7. This is nothing but saving a document. This can be made with the two methods, from the quick access toolbar and from the file tab. This is the file tab. Look here, this is the file tab. Okay, after this this is the quick access toolbar, but I will prefer you to go to a file tab and then make changes to your document, like saving, opening, save as, copying, cutting, pasting, everything you have to prefer save tab. Okay, from file tab you can go to a further options. Okay, this is all about saving the file in a document. Next option is I want to take a print. For that what I will do, just go to the file tab. There you are having a print option. As I have discussed in the first chapter, output devices in that printer, there are totally 3 types of printer. In those 3 types you can take any one device which should be connected to your desktop computer system, then only you can take a printout. Okay, after that just click on this print option and you will be getting a print on a printer paper. Okay, after that closing a document. Closing a document can be done with the 2 methods. The first one is the control button, that is Windows control button. Just go here, this is in the right side of your MS Word editor. Here you can see X mark, that is close. You can go there, you can just press that. Before closing the document you have to keep in your mind that whenever you are working on that document, if it is important you have to save the file. Okay, just now I have shown you how to save a file. After that, if it is very essential, you can go to the file and then save it. If it is not important, what you have to do, just click on the X button and then what you have to do, you can close it. I have made changes to a file name lesson 7. So it is asking me like, want to save your changes to file name lesson 7? There are 3 buttons like save, don't save and then cancel. If I want to save, what I have to do? I have to click on the save button present on the dialog box. After that there is second option, that is don't save. If I don't want to save the file, what I will be doing? Just I will be pressing on the don't save option. After that cancel. Cancel is nothing but I don't need any actions to be performed on the file. So I can make it X mark and then I can close the application. These are the 2 methods. The first one is the tab method and then you can directly go to the file and then close it. Just look here, you have to go to the file tab and then press in the close button. These are the 2 methods. The next one is opening an existing MS Word document. That is, when this option is used is the open document or opening an existing MS Word document is you have to create first, then only you can open an existing document. As I have discussed in the notepad chapter, that is lesson number 3 notepad, in that I have explained you very clearly, like whenever you want to open a file, there should be you have to type, you have to create your own file and then save it. Then only there is a possibility to open a document. In the same way, that process will be continued in the Word document also. Okay, if you will go to a file and then you have to create a new document, you have to save, and then you have to close. There is no other option to open a document until and unless you have to create your own document in a MS Word editor. Okay. Just now I have opened file name lesson 7. If I want to go to a new document, what I will do? Again I will click on new and then I will go to a blank space. This is all about the saving the file and opening the file. Here as soon as I will click on the file name, here document 2 has entered. But I am explaining the topic like open. What I will do? First I will go to the file and then open. In that I have saved file name lesson 7 document. I will click on that. Just to see here my dear students, file name lesson 7 has been opened. This is all about the opening an existing MS Word document. Hope so you have understood the topic clearly. Note that until and unless you are not practicing all these concepts in your computer, you will not be understanding the concept. So my humble request to you all is that you have to practice. Then only you will be getting all the points clear. By this, I will end my chapter. Thank you one and all.